with was the crinkle. The let me tell you something. They're really up in the sour game when it comes to candy. And what, you don't like sour candy? What's your problem, bro?
I don't like candy.
Man, we just disagree on a lot of things, but they've now turned the wild berry Skittles into sour Skittles, and brother, let me tell you, it really hits the spot.
I'm telling you, I don't know.
Like a handful of candy at the end of the night?
Dude, I have not eaten candy in genuinely probably years. Like somebody today at work offered me like a Lifesaver gummy, and I was like, no, like I don't want that at all. Like,
you deserve to love yourself, brother. Wait for you.
That shit is just, dude. And what? Like, I value my teeth too much. That's what it is. Like over everything else, I value my teeth too much.
That's fair.
What about Halloween? Are you a bucket on the porch guy? At least.
So I was a bucket on the porch guy last year because my work schedule then was I couldn't be home, but now I'll be home, and I do want to greet the trick-or-treaters. I think that'll be nice. So I'm definitely going to do that. No harm. Look, I want kids to have their fun and eat their candy.
Wait, do not give that dog a Skittle, man. Good night.
He eats anything, man.
But
it's a Skittle.
Like later in life, I realized that like sugar in general just hurts my stomach, dude. Like I don't drink sugary drinks. I don't eat sugar shit. Like I will occasionally, what I will spoil myself to is a Reese's cup. I will have one Reese's cup like every once in a while because I do like a Reese's cup.
I'm being really dog. I feel like I'm being shamed right now for my candy.
No, you're not being shamed. I'm saying it doesn't agree with me personally. But
okay,
it's like it's just a weird thing. I don't know where it came from. I think it was just drinking too much Mountain Dew in high school.
It's when you stop. Whenever you stop and then you go back. Like for me, it was like grape juice. Like damn grape juice and like sweet tea. I stopped drinking it for a little bit in high school, and then I picked it back up and did not agree with my stomach at all.
Yeah, upsets my stomach a lot. Yeah,
but I will say this: my Halloween tradition over the past, probably 7 years now, has been to put a bucket on the porch and only put warheads in the bucket. Only
savage
warheads,
absolutely savage.
And it has been a hit, here and there. But I also typically end up with a shitload of warheads that, whenever people would come over, they just get as many as they want. Like, I've had a warhead in forever.
Nice.
Those are so good.
Just so you guys know, my plan to wait for the Stanley Cup final did not work out because the Avs got swept. So that was a bad idea. But I'm also glad I didn't buy tickets to a game that they lost. So I guess it all worked out in the end. Maybe next year, maybe next year. But that happens from time to time. So whatever. I really thought like a friend of mine told me that they were going to be favored because they beat the Golden Knights, I think, during the regular season twice. So I don't know. It's the playoffs, man. Everything can change.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm all in on the Knicks. And that's all I really care about right now is the Knicks winning the finals. And I think they can do it, man. They're going to be really well rested. They're playing lights out. Jalen Brunson looks like he's MJ. They look great. I'm sure they're just setting up their fan base for an ultimate heartbreak because that's what New York teams do.
New York, yeah.
That's what New York teams do. But like, man, I think they could beat the Thunder, and I think they could beat the Spurs. I think they have the ability to. Whether or not they actually pull it off is one thing, but we'll see.
First off, they're not setting their fans up for heartbreak because they haven't been in the finals in 27 years. So their fans they're playing with house money, man. And let me tell you something.
Now they haven't just made the finals. Like they've made the finals on this like epic streak, and they just look really good. So now it's like not only going to the finals, it's like, oh, we could actually win the finals. You know what I mean?
What's so funny is I was going to bring this up a few episodes ago, but I had 3 Knicks players on my fantasy team. So I had Josh Hart, I had OG Anunoby, and I had Mikal Bridges. And I picked Mikal Bridges because Mikal Bridges, I don't know if you guys know this, has the longest streak of played games of any NBA player in history. He's played
That's wild.
Like he literally has not missed a game in like 5 seasons or something fucking ridiculous. And so that was part of the reason. So I watched a shit ton of Knicks games this year, and they just lacked consistency all year, which is part of the reason, Trey, I took that bet. It was like they're going to fall apart because they just haven't been consistent in the regular season. And something has clicked. I don't know if it's Timothy Chalamet. I don't know if it's Kylie Jenner on the sidelines. Or whatever Jenner it is. I don't know which one.
I think it's Kylie. I think you're right.
But Yeah, man, they're clicking. They're undeniable right now. You can and any like I listened to probably 4 different basketball podcasts 2 weeks ago. All of them were like, yeah, the Knicks are good, but the real finals is happening right now in the West, right? It's the Spurs versus Oklahoma City. Now that narrative has switched dramatically. And everybody's like, honestly, the Knicks can fucking win this title. And like now I would love this for the Spurs to win, but now I'm kind of riding the Knicks train too. It'll be interesting to see.
Love to see it go to Game 7 at the very least.
So, oh yeah, for sure. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's Totally Biased Music. It's Blake, Trey, and Anthony. Today we're reviewing The Slow Rush by Tame Impala, which was a Blake pick, and Only God Forgives, which is technically an Anthony pick. It was more of a group pick. I feel like
kind of influenced,
yeah,
for a little peer pressure.
All of us.
That's okay.
My category was Summer Album. Anthony's category was Ryan Gosling. Also at some point I'm gonna have to get the Wheel of Fate in time. I don't have it ready. But anyway, I picked The Slow Rush. I'm gonna say I think I nailed the theme. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back. I think this is a very, very heavy summer vibe, summer album. With that being said, I don't like it very much. I will go ahead and give you guys a little spoiler alert here. Sorry to Jordan if he's listening and all the record store hipsters out there that love Tame Impala and Kevin Parker. I don't know, man. I thought I was gonna like this album more. Like there are some parts that I really enjoy, but there's some songs that are a fucking slog to get through. And I don't know. I think with a runtime of an hour, like this could have been an email. Is kind of how I feel. And yeah, there's some highlights, but as a whole, I don't know. Wasn't super impressed. I need to listen to older Tame Impala. I think older Tame Impala is, for those fans, they enjoy it more. So I'll go back and take a listen to those. But I still think I'm glad that we did it because it's the first time I really sat down with the Tame Impala album. And there's definitely some tracks that I pulled out of here that I saved that I'll go back and listen to. But yeah, it was. We'll get to the ratings later, but it was just kind of somewhere in between. But what did you guys think? What was your first Tame Impala venture?
Absolutely it is. But yeah, I'm kind of pleased to hear that you hadn't had a lot of experience with this album before you picked it because yeah, I did not like this album. I mean, like I don't know how heavy the hate is going to come because I try to find things that I like and I try to write that down, but there were a lot of no's and a lot of X's on my little note sheet over here because I mean, they're like the flavor of this album, it can feel very one-dimensional to me. And like I say this in a way because like an artist like Tycho could play similar tracks to some of these songs on the album in a spurt in a live show and it's fine. You know, in a sense, like I trust that producer in a live setting to know that we're not going to hang out in this vibe for an hour and however long this album is. Now, this album does go in a couple different places, a little different grooves and different kind of like approaches to the music, but I found myself just really ready for this to be over with. And by the middle of the album, there were a couple songs that I liked, but then again, I was just like, I can't hang out in this vibe this long. It is hard, but I found some things I like, so it won't be all hate coming from this side.
Fair. Trey?
For me, I thought it was a 10 out of 10 album, honestly. Like, it might be my favorite album we've ever brought to the podcast. I mean, it's just magic what Kevin Parker can do when he's given the... No, I'm fucking with you. I've never really understood the Tame Impala hype, like, as far as it being as big, being as big as they are. I really enjoyed Lonerism. I remember like enjoying Currents as well, but I also remember this album being kind of like considered a dud, and it kind of came out at a weird time, like it's early spring of pandemic year. This definitely feels more like, I mean, I think you did nail the vibe as far as like the sound is reminiscent of like kind of like a nice spring summer day. It's very like light and airy, and like his vocals are nice. I think that like the hits on the album, like One More Year, I think is a really good song. So it's definitely not all bad. But I will say like the replayability of this is not great for me. It feels like, I don't know, it's just not really that enjoyable. It feels like you said, it could have been an email. It drones on forever. The sound is very similar from track to track. Like even when I was listening to it when I was driving, I was like, wait, is this over? Does this start again? Like, where am I and how long have I been here? So yeah, kind of a similar vibe for me. There are some standout tracks. So like Anthony said, it's not all bad. Also love that one of our favorite words here on Totally Biased is posthumous, and that is included in the title track of one of these, or not title track, but a title of one of these songs. So that just automatically hopped into my top 3 solely because we must rep the brand. But yeah, not a big hit for me. But I'm very glad that neither one of you was really excited about it. Anthony, I'll be honest, I thought you were gonna come in and be like, "Oh, this is great." So I'm glad you're kind of on the same page. I know.
Yeah, this might be a this might be a rough episode or a very quick one, which is okay. Could be worse.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and jump in. So the first song is "One More Year." Here's the problem with this opening track. First off, it sucks, but also it doesn't, like, to me, this song doesn't fit the rest of this album. Because here's the thing, the rest of the album, while I don't love it, it is okay. The songs that are on my bottom, apart from this one, are tolerable, and I can see them in a certain place. This song is so fucking bad that I got a minute and 18 seconds in, and I was like, I literally have to turn this off. Like, I had to go to the next song. I couldn't even fucking finish it. It was so... What are these... What is he doing? Is he singing? Is he talking?
Great question.
What is happening here? It's so fucking bad, man. I hate this song. I hate it.
I made a note somewhere throughout listening to this album. I wrote a big circle around this. I was like, I do not know what he does and what he does live, because there's a lot of points in this album where it feels like, these are like stock effects that are being played just to add like an extra kind of thing to it. Like the phaser kind of sound echoes throughout this entire album, and like I can't not hear that sound just because I know what it is, and it's just so distracting. And I found the vocals to kind of be that way too. Like there wasn't anything in the very first sound in One More Year I really liked, and it really put me in a place where I'm like, okay, I'm open now. Like the kind of sonic wavy intro sounds, I was like, I'm into this. But then he lost me pretty quickly after that,
when he started talk singing.
Yeah, like the vocals don't do anything for me at all in this album, really. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at on it. And like I kept thinking, like, what would this just be if this was just instrumentals? I think it would be better. I don't think it would be great, but I think it would be better than it is right now.
Yeah, fair.
Trey.
See, this is one of the few that I liked. I like kind of.
I did say it was a great song.
I think it's a great song. I like the back half of it where it kind of he goes into his little talk singy thing or whatever, and it kind of like puts a house beat on it. And I think the back half of the song makes the whole thing kind of work. Where, excuse me, I got a little bit of a cough. Where you kind of have these dreamscapes going, and then like he puts an actual 4/4 kick to it, and I just think the song is kind of a nice little journey. Now. So this is one of my top songs. I'll step right into the next song. I didn't hate this song either, if I'm being honest. But it's not good.
It's like, actually, now that I've played it back, I'm giving it a 9.
Actually, now that I'm like listening to it, I take that back. This song's dog shit. I forgot how high pitched he starts at the beginning.
He does start very high pitched.
Yeah. Which like usually that's not a problem for me, but like what's our rule on this podcast that we like can't say something's bad because
if it doesn't rise, you do it in it, or if it doesn't dies. Oh no, the one where you can't
do the voice. You can't sing it in a shitty way, but like do something crazy. Like, all right, bro, we get it.
Sounds like straight from the album right there. Mm-hmm. You might get pinged for that.
I might. You really might.
I also here's the thing. This one I actually find a lot more enjoyable than the first song. And this to me, like, if you guys weren't familiar with Tame Impala, like, I knew this was a more typical Tame Impala song. Like, I knew enough about him to know that this was more on brand with his, or their, I guess, type of music. And I mean, I don't love it. I don't hate it the way I hated the first song. Like, to me, this is the perfect summer song. This is such a summer song to me. I could picture out by the beach, hot, windows down, and listening to this, cruising around. So it worked for me, but it wasn't a top song. But it was tolerable for sure.
Yeah. You know, I think I kind of echo that too, just because I only wrote 4 words next to the song. I wrote beat good, vocals no. Like I don't like that takes me away from everything, you know. But this one does kind of kick off with a beat that you can at least move to in a way that's kind of rhythmic. So, not anywhere on my top tracks. I mean, middle of the road. A lot of this album is just middle of the road.
Yeah. You know what's really interesting is that's like exactly how I felt when I was listening to it. Is like I got to a point where I was like, I really don't hate this, but like I don't really love it either, and like. If I don't love it and don't have a strong opinion of it, I kind of just want it to be over. Yeah. Like I want to find a song where I have something to say about it. And so much of this just left me being like, give me something, dude. Yeah. Give me something to hate or give me something to love.
Or even a song that like he has something to say. Like I don't think he's saying anything in particular throughout this entire album. You know?
No, he's not, and I don't think that's his thing. I think his vocals are there for an instrument or a vibe. And
just another layer.
Yeah.
Not related to this song, but let me tell you something. Anyone who clicks on this link because they see the Tame Impala cover and they're like, "Oh, they did Tame Impala! How fun!" They're not going to be happy.
They're going to be upset.
And I'm just going to take these few seconds to apologize to any of those individuals. You know, I'm sorry you're disappointed. This isn't going to be fun for you. You should just turn it off now because I didn't watch the movie, so it's not going to be a great discussion there. Movie? I wasn't able to. I was going to wait till we got there. I'm really sorry. I just I've been moving.
Be an interesting conversation.
Oh man, yeah. You know what's going to be really interesting is Jordan's definitely going to be shooting me a text, and he was telling me that he wanted to come back on, and I thought about bringing him on for this, and I'm glad that I didn't because he loves Tame Impala.
That's good.
Track 3, Borderline, banger. Fucking love Borderline. This is the single. This is the popular song. I've been listening to the song since it came out. This song's an absolute fucking bop. Makes me want to dance. Makes me happy. Love this song. Rare 10 out of 10 from Tame Impala. Yeah, from this one. I love this song.
Let's not throw Currents and Lonerism under the bus here. Like, let's say Rare 10 out of 10 for this album. Lonerism's a great album.
Okay, that's fair. Rare 10 out of 10 for this album.
I'll be real with you. I have never heard this song before. As far as I haven't. Yeah, I know. For having a billion plays, I swear to God, I haven't. And this isn't like a contrarian thing. I had never heard it before. So yeah, this is a top track for me. It's pretty good.
Interesting.
Well, you know, I kind of did some digging after I listened to this too, because I'm like, how is this a popular kind of thing? Like, if this is what he does, why does it resonate with so many people? And people were name dropping those 2 albums, Currents and Lonerism, as like, go listen, like those are much better, or at least they kind of put it on a different stage than what they did the Slow Rush. But as far as Borderline goes, it didn't do anything crazy for me. You know, I like the heavy synth backlines that are kind of fading in the background of this, but again, the vocals were really a prominent, big time no for me on Borderline. So at 3 tracks in, I'm still trying to like find some sort of footing in this album.
Like, just give me there. Just give me there.
Bad.
Literally the Slow Rush.
Posthumous Forgiveness. Next song. Anthony, I'm curious how you feel about his vocals in this song, because I really liked his vocals and I really liked the instrumentation of the song. This is my second top track. There's a very interesting, I don't know, there's a different tempo to this track, and his vocals are definitely kind of the backdrop, I would say, of this song. I mean, his whole kind of shtick is that, but I feel like there's a lot less vocals and more instrumentation focus here. And so I really enjoy this song. What did you think, Anthony? Did you like the vocals on this one? Did it do it for you?
I didn't make any notes about the vocals on this one, so I guess it wasn't that bad for me to really like make a point to say something about it. You know, the slower beat really kind of catches me. You know, and that's something that there's not a lot of on this album, is this kind of slower tempo. You know, I wrote that the switch up towards the end, maybe around 4 minutes, is an interesting kind of step up from production. And this is the first track for me that really starts to showcase these kind of effects and swirls and like things that he's doing. I don't know what he's doing, but yeah, this track, it's not a love it or hate it. It's just, again, right in the middle for me.
Fair.
I mean, that's kind of, I was trying, but it did feel like homework. This one felt like homework listening to this one.
For the brand, I do have to, just say that Posthumous Forgiveness is on my top 3. But I also do kind of like, there's like a little instrumental breakdown where he's like not singing, from like a minute and a half to like 2 minutes that like there's kind of these like heavier, like it's like a tom-tom drum. And I really actually enjoyed that part. So, we'll count this as a dub.
All right. Breathe Deeper, abysmal dog shit. This sounds like something that would be in a T-Mobile commercial. You know how they pick songs that get stuck in your head so that you think about their product when you hear the song? That's what this song is.
No, they don't do
that. That's exactly what this is. I had it stuck in my head for like 6 days after I listened to it, which was really fucking miserable for me. I hope I never hear the song again after we get done recording this. It's absolutely horrible.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of... Go ahead, Trey.
No, this song just sounds like you're stuck in a washing machine. Like, I don't really have like a great like way to describe it. It's like, don't you see yourself like going around and around and like the suds and shit? It's like, I can.
What it should have been, it's that movie Devil where they get stuck in the elevator.
Oh, yeah.
This song should have been playing the entire time. That's
with when they would like haze you guys in fraternities and they'd like lock you in and play that Immortal Technique song or whatever. Yeah. They should do this song instead.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I might have quit
kill you.
I might have quit. I could listen to an Immortal Technique talking about rape and gang violence all night long, but like to hear this song twice in a row would be torture.
Jesus.
Right. So for me, yeah, and I'm like so thankful to my own psyche for not latching on to these hooks, because there are a lot of catchiness and poppiness that I could see just getting ingrained like just subconsciously. So I'm so glad. It might have been better to listen to this one track and then listen to another song from a totally different artist and go back and forth. But, this track it's a funk track, but like nothing crazy funk. The phaser effect, I swear, drove me nuts this entire album. And this song really made me write it down. And then the ending part of this track, I don't know if it's a reprise or what it is, kind of some psychedelic effects towards the end. I did enjoy that, but this is not a top track at all.
Yeah, so literally tracks 5 through 7, like the middle of this album was such a fucking slog to me, dude. Like I couldn't find a redeemable quality out of Breathe Deeper, Tomorrow's Dust, or On Track. And it was just, you're muted, Trey.
Oh, the guitar in Tomorrow's Dust is kind of nice.
Tomorrow's Dust.
Yeah, like the little guitar intro at the beginning. It sounds like Sheryl Crow kind of on acid a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Speaking of Tomorrow's Dust, is that either one of y'all's tops?
No, the song sucks. Really?
Anthony, all right, Anthony, hit us with it.
Yeah, I mean, I just wrote this is a breather track. Like, it's not heavily like layered in a lot of ways, so it was like very stripped back and digestible. It was catchy and poppy, but I wrote, I really like a lot of the track. I don't like the ending. Whatever's happening in the ending, I don't know if it's like a false stop and then kind of play another couple sounds and then go to the next track, but did not like the choice at the ending. But the track as a whole, or even the first chunk of it, I enjoyed it. It's a breather, something that I needed, was just to grasp onto anything I could kind of hold on to. Tomorrow's Dust is up there for me.
That's fair. Does anybody have anything to say about On Track?
Yes.
All right, Anthony, hit us with it. Hit us with it.
2 of my top 2 tracks is On Track, and not for the vocals at all. I think the vocals are silly and kind of like, I don't know, just not necessary, but the groove in this track I really like. And then there's kind of a breakbeat section maybe towards the end that I could get down with too. It showed me that this guy can do different tempos and almost genres of music too. But he can't get away from the fucking flanger effect. I mean, that's all up in this one too. But
bro, he's in love with it,
dude. I'm like,
it's like nonstop. Every time he picks up a microphone, I'm like, why are you doing this?
It's literally a preset, Like there's no where is the creativity in that department? Because it's all over the place in this album from the choices that he makes. But like, God, I just can't get over that. That was
and I want to say, like, honestly, to everybody that is a Tame fan, like, I'm sorry, I would love to spend more time on this. And like, I literally just did a whole podcast about how negativity on the internet like fucking circulates and echoes and like reverberates throughout the internet. I don't want to be that guy. Normally Anthony would write the ship here, but like,
Yeah, that's kind of what we're missing. We're missing our positive guy.
I can't fucking do it, man. All right, so we're gonna go into Lost in Yesterday, which, speaking of positivity, I did really like this song. This to me is a funk song. It's very like I don't know. It's just very bob your head. The kind of high pitched shit that he does works with this one. Like, here's the thing. I think if you took this album in particular and you made a surfing video and you just used the music over your surfing video, you know, my focus is I'm watching the surfing video. I want to see people surfing, right? I'm not focused. Like, that's the perfect backdrop for this music. And I think that this song works perfectly with that. So I really enjoyed it there. And I will say, after 5 through 7, it does get a lot more tolerable in this back half of the album. Not that there's amazing songs on there, but this, I think, actually is a really good song. And I like the kind of synthy guitar he's got going on, like a minute 30 in. So this is my last top track.
I didn't hate this song. I didn't love this song. At this point, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'd kind of clocked out of the album. Like I was like, this just isn't for me, and I'm not super enjoying it. But I will say, sidebar, that Jack Johnson put out like a surf film. It's called Surf Film Music. It's like a movie and there's a soundtrack to it. We should think about doing like a little aside for that. Because I know we're all big Jack Johnson fans in this house.
I love watching surfing videos. It's fucking awesome. Never gets old.
Yep. But yeah, not a ton of thoughts. The guitar, like you were talking about, is kind of nice. And like the change in pace and having drums at the little more of a forefront is good too. Y'all called this funk a couple of times. I wouldn't necessarily, I don't really see that it being like a funk song. I think you're just like so prepped for this like dream pop thing that he's trying to do that whenever you hear anything that resembles a groove, you're like, oh, that's funk. But
it's like kind of a bass, like
it's a funky bass line.
Yeah, fair enough.
This is Lost in Yesterday, right?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I wrote that too. I wrote funky bass line, but I wrote an X next to it, meaning like I don't know if I'm totally in on it, but there was a rhythm that I could get down with, you know. But the vocals and effects didn't do anything for
me. Next, kind of on the same vein, Is It True? Another funky bass line, which I did dig. I thought it was very cool. Very another upbeat song to kind of vibe with. And this is kind of where I started to feel like Anthony felt like, man, if you just left this as an instrumental, this shit would fucking ride. Like, this would be sick. I could picture myself just riding around in the car, bobbing my head, listening to it, the bass line. Like, you could isolate that bass line and throw that synth he has in there. Like, it would be really cool. And then he comes in with his weird reverberating same shit, different toilet lyrics he's got going on here, so kind of ruins it for me. It's not a bottom, but it's just kind of there.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I wrote it. It feels like a disco track, like a new age disco track, kind of, you know. And like this was the one track that I wrote. Like I could see Tycho playing a version of this type of track, and he does play versions of these types of tracks live. But and it's a mood setter. It's not a tempo driver for a long duration, but this is I wasn't really a huge fan of this.
This one kind of reminded me of Daft Punk a little bit, like especially that one synthy part, which I didn't hate, but it was like if Daft Punk did, I don't know, like bad music, like bad Daft Punk. And I guarantee you, if Kevin Parker would have been around, like when they were making, like, I don't know, probably not Random Access Memories, but like the Alive era, I bet he would have been like a featured. Well, probably Random Access Memories. That's the only one that had like featured vocalists. I bet he definitely would have collaborated with Daft Punk.
Do you know who inspires him? What musician?
Well, this is the weird thing is Kevin Parker's involved with a ton of other artists. Like he was involved in My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, I'm pretty sure. Like he's worked with other very popular artists to help with production and stuff. Like he knows music, he knows what he's doing. I don't know what happened with this album. Like I truly don't know. Was he bored in his house during COVID and he was like, I gotta fucking put something out?
This is pre-COVID. This came out.
It was released spring,
right? February 14th, 2020. So like a month before.
It was. Yeah. So I don't fucking know, man. Like he's definitely a very talented guy, but something just went awry here. Just went off the rails.
Fleetwood Mac, The Beatles, Flaming Lips, Michael
Flaming
Jackson.
Lips, I could definitely see.
Yeah. Fun story about them later, and some band called Dungeon. That's according to Google Gemini, and Google Gemini's never been wrong. So
yeah, ever, literally ever, because AI knows all. 10th track, It Might Be. Song sucks. I don't know what the hell's going on with the siren in here, whatever the hell that is. It's annoying as shit. Completely derails the entire song. Next, that's all I have to say.
I wish that. Oh, sorry, Trey. You want to go?
No, I was just gonna say that I have a theory about like when musicians put sirens in songs, they're either A, trying to fuck with you, or B, they don't understand that they're trying to fuck with you. Like, it's very, very fucked up when you're driving down the road or you're on drugs or whatever, and you hear that sound. I fucking hate it. It's a thing in hip hop a lot too. Cannot stand it. Bad song.
Yeah. Yeah. This to me, I wish I got a lot of vibes throughout this album of obviously Tycho I mentioned multiple times, but I brought Houses to the podcast, Drugstore Heaven, and you would call that the same genre as this kind of music, yeah? Like new age pop kind of.
Yeah, I guess.
No,
I mean it's obviously way better. We all agree on this, but
no, because I would say in this the vocals are more used as an instrument, whereas Houses, I feel like the lyrics and the vocals are much more meaningful. The focus piece and meaningful of those songs. Yeah.
I mean, but it gives it so much more emotion too. I was not emotionally attached to hardly anything here, and nothing made me go, I can't wait to see where he goes from here, in the song, and it might be time. The choices production wise, I was just really turned off because I'm I don't understand. I just don't understand. I think that's kind of the bottom line.
Yeah. It's fair. Glimmer, I don't know. This doesn't really even count as a song. This one is nice because there's not really lyrics in it. There's barely any vocals. It's kind of just an instrumental. It kind of feels like a little Stranger Things 80s synthwave vibe, which I can get with. And his vocals are faded in the background, so I'll take it. But I don't really count it as a full track. I don't know. It's just there. Again, it's just there.
And the beginning of this song, actually, I just come off of It Might Be, and I'm questioning all the production, and Glimmer opens with some vocal sample of I'm assuming him talking to somebody in kind of a jokingly third person, they always tell me if you want to fix the bass you got to turn up the bass, saying something about production, and I'm why would you even go there? And you're going there with all this questionable production that we've just listened to, and it's just I don't trust this guy musically right now. And this song went nowhere. So that's really all I got for Glimmer.
Trey?
Yeah, it's just kind of a little interlude that it sounds like someone's fucking off in the studio. I don't think, it is more enjoyable. Yeah, exactly. It is more enjoyable than some of the other tracks solely because it does not have at this point the vocals that have become tiresome.
Yeah.
But it's still like you said, it goes nowhere. It's just like a fish jam that never ends, but in a bad way.
Last track, 7 minutes. Bold choice to put a 7-minute track at the end of this slog fest.
And call it 1 more hour. I have to say.
Which it definitely felt like. I'll tell you that much. It definitely felt like. I got nothing to say, man. My final thoughts are wrap this shit up. Let me get it a rating and move on to something better.
I don't think I finished this song, to be honest with y'all. I think I got halfway through and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah,
I don't remember for certain the 2 times I listened to it, but I don't think I ever got all the way through it. So
yeah.
Here's what I want to say about 1 more hour. I've already mentioned the title, and that was enough of a joke. But this is the first song and the last one on the album that had some sort of movements within the track that felt musical, logical musical. But I hate the effects. I hate the effects throughout this track. So hard ending for me.
Let me ask you guys
something. That bothers me big time. It just fades at the very end versus closure. God, please no more.
Let me ask you guys something. So I don't know if you guys listened to my solo episode, but if you did,
I did. I thought you did a great job holding it down by yourself. I'm dead ass serious. Really and truly. That's not the easiest thing to do. Yeah, great job.
Thank you.
I haven't listened to it yet, but not for nothing personal. I just haven't listened to it yet.
There's definitely some thoughts in there that I didn't get in, but I was just trying to. I didn't write anything down. I was just trying to rattle it off the dome, so that happens. I want to ask you guys. Trey, you listened to the episode, but also based on what you guys know about Drake at all, do you think that you would rate Iceman higher than this? If you haven't listened to Iceman, you're just guessing, right? But do you think you could find something in Iceman that you would like more than the Slow Rush?
For me, no, because I just really don't like Drake's voice. Like, it's just it comes down to that. Like, the only Drake songs I like are songs I look at in nostalgia, but like everything else, I'm just like, and also I think he's really corny in general, and I think that his flows are really corny and that he's kind of whack.
Okay,
but like,
Anthony, what do you think?
Taken aside, it's not because it's cool to hate on Drake, like you said. It's just I've been hating on Drake for a long time. That's all I was thinking of when I was listening to that. I've been hating on Drake for like over a decade. So like I'm an OG Drake hater. So I want to make sure that's understood. But
fair.
Yeah, no,
very fair.
No.
Well, if it's worth anything, I only probably have Drake in my iTunes library because it features Lil Wayne. Like that may be the only caveat. And had you not mentioned Drake's voice, I wouldn't have even thought about that. But bringing up Drake's voice, and I now remember what it sounds like. It would be probably close call. I mean,
That's
I don't
fair.
know. Just one of the three, like not all three, obviously.
No, if you just listen to Iceman, Iceman, I want to know if you ever find the time to sit down and listen to it. I just want to have Anthony's comparison at the start of an episode. Iceman versus the Slow Rush. Which one was more tolerable for him?
Oh, man. I mean, this almost, I don't know. This and the Justice album, too. Like, in my head, I'm like, okay, did I give Justice too low of a rating compared to this one? You know, I don't know. But,
I should have brought I should have brought the Tame Impala Justice song as my Rides or Dies. It would have been Anthony's wet dream.
Yeah, he would have. If you would have quit.
Okay, I rated a 3 out of 10. What do you guys have?
I had it at 3.5.
Okay.
Damn. I mean, I thought I was being nice and giving it a 4, but it ends up being the highest one that they get. And I don't even know if I want to stick with that. So let's go. I'm going to split y'all's difference and go 3.25. Is that going to be acceptable?
Yeah,
I think
that's fair.
I thought it was a certain point where we could only do halves, but that's fine.
We'll take 3.25.
Is this making our lowest ranked album?
It's gotta be.
Yeah, collectively.
Gotta be.
For sure.
It has to be. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, this shit is hot garbage, man. Like, you could pull 3 songs off of this, make them singles, and I would have loved it. But like just at least release them 2 months apart. Like, oh man, Tame Impala's working on some big stuff, and then he just never releases the album. Like, damn, that album would have been really good.
Damn, bro, that would have been a banger.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
What could have been?
You know what I'm glad though is I was saying the other day we've been too positive recently on this thing, and so I'm glad that listen, life's about balance. You got to get the negativity out sometimes. So I'm glad that we can collectively have a sesh on this.
I'm glad, but do you guys agree? Does this fit a summer vibe? A
bad summer, but yeah, we all have to have those too.
True. This is like the summer when you graduate from college and you don't have a job yet, and you have to go home and you have to like work some shitty job until you find a real job, and like everything sucks. Yeah, that's like this summer. This is this summer. That's the Tame Impala summer. If Trey wouldn't have just gotten a job, he would have had a Tame Impala.
Shit,
summer.
I'm already having a Tame Impala summer, bro.
I guarantee that is some hashtag somewhere that has had momentum behind it at some point. But like, have you ever seen Tame Impala play? Have either of y'all seen him
I don't think I have, actually. Surprisingly, I don't know. I would have to go look at old festivals.
I don't think that I have.
But that's what a lot of people were saying. Like at this time, when this album came out, had it been able to be played live, it may have been received better. I don't know. We'll never know.
So Tame Impala was at Bonnaroo 2013, and I would have been there in 2013. I don't know if I saw.
No, it was 2012.
They also would have been there in 2015, which I would have been there for that. I'm sure
I was there.
Yeah, I'm sure I caught something.
I don't know. Probably not. We probably would have been
probably hearing in passing, and you're like, nothing going on over there.
Probably that shitty Frank Ocean set. I got a problem. I just got some brass knuckles stuck on my hand.
You need to go put water. You need to go run water. No, go run water on them.
I think I got it.
Oh,
I forgot about that. I forgot about that Frank Ocean set. That was the worst concert I've ever been to my entire life.
That was so bad, dude. That was terrible.
I'm literally like getting like fucking flashback PTSD right now. I forgot how bad that shit was.
I remember us standing there being like, when is this going to get good? Because like we all love Frank Ocean. So we're like, eventually this is going to get better, right? And it just kept being terrible.
Dude,
and I was like, I'm leaving. I'm driving back to Birmingham.
We're with people that were like really into Frank Ocean too. And even they were like, this is fucking horrible. Like, dude, I totally forgot about that. All right, let's get into Rides or Dies. Anthony, lead us off.
All right, well, some goodness finally to this episode is this is the second track off the Boards of Canada album Inferno that's gonna come out on Friday, and listening party's happening tomorrow night, so I'm excited for that. This is the second track. If you listen to the first track, it flows into this beautifully, but I think it sets such a great tone for what's to come. I really have no idea, but it's very dark, bouncy. The vocals or the lyrics or the words that are being said in this album are haunting and in the best way possible. But I can't express how stoked I am for this album to come out. So what do you guys think about this?
I'll start off. For me, it is. Sorry, go ahead. Say the name of the track.
It's The Prophecy at 1420 megahertz.
I think the song's absolutely fantastic. I'm also very excited to listen to this album. When did the last Boards of Canada album come out? Was it 30 years ago, 20 years ago?
13 years ago.
Yeah, 13 years ago. I mean, it's been a long time. Are you sure?
Yeah, 13.
2013,
yeah. I was going to be able to make the full listening party, but unfortunately my shift just changed, so I will only be able to be there for the first 30 minutes. Luckily, I work right next to the place, so I'll just bop right over to work once it's over. But this is great. I'm stoked to hear it.
I thought it was really cool. Back half of the song fucking is a banger. It definitely rides. This is like a I don't know, this is like a crossbreed of I don't know what to call it. It's like it had Tipper-esque vibes of the weirdness to it, but it was more bass heavy. It felt like, you know what's weird is every time I saw Tipper live, I didn't expect him to be so bass heavy. And then all of a sudden he was bass heavy when I went to see him live. And it kind of felt like more of an intense show than I thought. And that's kind of the vibe I got. It's like, I didn't expect it to be what it was, but then it got there and I really liked it. So this is a ride. That was great.
Let me tell you, you love that Red Rock show. That's all I'll say about that. Right. Yeah, great time.
Love is strong. Love is strong. I enjoyed myself. Yeah.
You said, I love this. You said, I've never loved anything more than I love this right now.
This did not happen. Trey, what was your ride?
You looked at me, you said, I get it, with a single tear coming out of your eye. My Rise or Dies was, and I remember it this time, I don't have to look at my phone, Funkmaster by MPH. So Blake had sent me over a house playlist to add some new house tracks, things like that. I added an MPH track. I really like this whole album. And I picked this one because it has a little bit of like a weird dubby like breakdown. So I thought y'all might enjoy that. But what'd you think?
Look, man, shouldn't be any mystery to me. Obviously, it's fucking ride. Like I'm just, like this is me at work. I'm supposed to be working. I'm just like this when Trey said that shit. Because I go to the gym during my lunch now because I take a lunch and I don't eat during the day. And so I go to the gym instead. And when I said I need the Rides or Dies, Trey sent it. So I was sitting there, I hit chest and triceps today. My triceps are my best feature. Everybody tells me this. Everybody knows this. And everybody knows that. So I was listening to this song when I was banging tries. And yeah, it was absolute ride. So Anthony?
Well, so for me, I really like the intro sample, and it kind of gets
the strings
again. Yeah, I really like that. Very beautiful. But as far as the rest of the track, it dies for me. It's just not my flavor of tempo.
Don't worry, Trey. We'll get there. We'll get
in that kind of way. Yeah, keep trying.
I thought this would be one that would get to you. I kind of knew you would like it, Blake, but I thought this one with the breakdown and stuff might get you. So, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll keep trying.
That's okay. Yep.
Okay, my song is Telegraph Ave, parentheses, Oakland by Lloyd, but it's also by Childish Gambino. And the reason this came up is because this is on so with that Spotify thing, it gave you a playlist of your top played songs on Spotify. Did you guys notice that? at the end of that little Spotify thing where it's showing you your first played song.
Like,
Yeah. So this was on my top songs for like ever in Spotify played songs. And there's a funny story where back at Hangout, we saw Childish Gambino, and he was in a tent at the time. And I rolled the blunt, and on the blunt, I wrote Telegraph Ave in Sharpie. And I waited until he played this song, and I lit it and smoked it while he played it.
Smoked the Sharpie?
Back when I smoked weed. And yeah, I love this song. It was great to like for it to pop back up, go down memory lane for a little bit. So fucking love this song, man. Love his vocals in it. Love there's just a little bit of rapping in it. I think this is really where Childish Gambino shines. So I wanted to bring it, see what y'all thought.
I forgot how much I love this album. It is a very high school thing for you to write with Sharpie on a blunt and then smoke that blunt. That's pretty astounding. Kids, don't try that at home. There's no way that's good for you. But
it can't be any less safe than smoking out of a plastic water bottle. I'll tell you that much.
That's very fair. That's yeah. Fair enough. Yep. Point made. This song rides though. This is a good one. I kind of like. You're right. It's where Childish Gambino shines as far as like his singing the hooks and like he has a really solid verse in it too. So well done.
Nice.
Oh, well, unfortunately, it does not ride for me. Now, I got a question, though. Is this song part of a bigger picture of this album? Like, is there some context to what he's actually saying on this song that would speak to something bigger?
It's hard to explain. The album's kind of broken up into two parts. And I don't... Trey, how would you describe this? It's kind of a storytelling album, but like, the tracks can also be listened to and picked out individually. I don't know. It's a really interesting album. I don't think you would have a super high review of it, but I think there are songs in here that you would really like. I'm actually like really surprised you don't like this song. What about it do you not like? Sorry,
I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know Childish Gambino. Like, I don't know what he does musically to where like it would resonate with me. I'm kind of listening to it for the first. I mean, this is definitely the first time I've heard this song, and I couldn't tell you any other Childish Gambino songs off the top of my head. But like, it just maybe it was too close to listening to Tame Impala. You know, that I was just kind of like, because he has a softer voice, Childish Gambino, and he's not like rapping hard. You know, he's kind of. Yeah, I'm not gonna say he's speaking it. You know, because there is a flow to it, but I didn't understand the importance of what he was trying to tell or what he was trying to say. You know, it just felt like he was just narrating what was happening in real time. But
I think this is part of a concept album. I don't remember what that concept was or is. But I think because the internet was like a concept album where there's like a whole story that's like going on.
I mean, and that would make sense.
I'd have to look that up.
Yeah. All right. What? Wait, Trey. You said rides already. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting into Only God Forgives. I'm really upset you didn't watch this, Trey, man, because I would have loved
I'm sorry. I've been moving and all over the place. So
you'll have to tune in at some point, and then at the start of the next episode, maybe you can tell us what you thought.
Yeah.
Okay. I've done that before. I can do it again.
So
Anthony, this is your first watch.
Yeah. Let me kind of set the tone for this. So this movie, Only God Forgives, features Ryan Gosling, we know, but it's also the same director as Drive, right? So he did Drive, he did The Neon Demon, and then this movie. And I watched The Neon Demon because I mentioned last episode that's how the film company Neon got their namesake. And so the director is a phenomenal director. That is something that I've understood after seeing these movies. Now, this movie is totally different from The Neon Demon, but not far from Drive, meaning there's minimal dialogue in this movie, even less than Drive. Like, I think Ryan Gosling has 17 lines in this whole movie. And it's very surreal. Lighting has a lot to do with the moods in this movie. The violence is hyper violent, you know? It's almost like a samurai western kind of like thematic movie, but it's based in Bangkok, and yeah, it was wild. I mean, the first time I tried to watch it, it was really late and I was really stoned, and there's a lot of like sub bass like grumbling in this movie. There's a dark atmosphere around it, and it put me to sleep pretty much. I was melting. So I rewatched it again and kind of got on board with it. But Blake, I'm very interested to hear what you thought about this little piece.
So here's the thing. First time I watched it, if I were to watch it now, the way I watched it back 10 years ago, I would have told you that we finally beat Beau is Afraid for the worst movie we've ever watched on this podcast. Now, since I rewatched it, I see the vision, okay? And first off, the cinematography is awesome. The score is great. I love to read after movies. I love to just go on Reddit or Letterboxd or IMDb or whatever it is and just see what people are saying. And somebody said that this is a Thai movie that got released in Western theaters because the Bangkok cop is essentially the good guy. Ryan Gosling and his family are the bad guys, and Ryan Gosling, sorry Trey, spoilers, Ryan Gosling obviously gets his shit kicked in at one point in the movie. He walks around the rest of his face all fucked up, and he ultimately loses, right? So the Western people are the bad people in this movie. And so when I looked at it through that lens, it made me like the movie more, and I was definitely more like interested in it and in tune, but holy fuck, man, it is so goddamn weird. Like, it is just everything about it. Like, the pacing is weird, the dialogue is weird, the characters are weird. Like, everything about it is just fucking weird, and I think that can turn people off to this. Now, if you're ready to go into it thinking this is gonna be fucking weird, then you'll like the movie more, knowing I gotta pay attention to this. I gotta listen and watch because there's translations, there's very little dialogue. There are parts of this movie that work and that are really cool. This is not a movie I would ever recommend to somebody or I would ever show Amanda, because I started it. Amanda was like, why are you starting a movie without me? And I was like,
just trust.
You don't want to watch this movie. I was like, just trust. Like, I told her, I said, it's an Anthony pick. And she was like, all right, that adds up. But I think, like, overall, I enjoyed it a lot more the second time around than I did when I first watched it years ago. But yeah, not a phenomenal film, but there's parts that shine through. And I think the choreography is really cool too. The really cool too. The fighting choreography, like, some of that stuff that goes down. It's interesting, man. He's got an interesting vision. He's got an interesting direction style. I don't know. I would be interested to just, like, it was really cool reading about it. There's tons of threads on Reddit about it, and it's really cool reading what people had to say about it. And I felt the same way about Ballad of a Small Player. One of my favorite parts about Ballad of a Small Player was going and reading what people had to say about Ballad of a Small Player, because everybody has their thoughts on what it's supposed to mean, what this scene means. That, and I love reading stuff like that. So that part is really interesting in this movie. I don't know. It's kind of
like, I'm so glad you brought up Ballad of a Small Player, because they are very similar vibes. You know, like Ballad of a Small Player kind of had a purgatory kind of feel to it. This one has like a dissension kind of feel, like almost like I don't know if I read this or if I inferred this, but, like, you know, Dante, the trials of Dante, you know, going down to the depths of hell felt like this too. But when I first, like, the first watch, I had the same mindset of, like, Ryan Gosling is the main protagonist in this movie. And when you keep going and you realize, all right, this Chinese guy who is fucking everybody up. I thought he was the manager of the hotel at first. I couldn't infer that he was actually, like, tied in. I just thought he was a gangster, like, just serving justice, right? And he does do that. But it leaves the film open to a lot of interpretation, and I love the symbology that's just laced throughout this film. Like, there are just symbols and images everywhere. Every surface has something on it, so it's really pleasing to the eyes if you can get past just the monotony of folks, just like the guy who fucks shit up. The I called him the sheriff. He walks everywhere super slow. Like, and I was reading where it said that, like, people move for him. He doesn't have to move for anybody, so he goes at his slow pace, and everyone who respects him. And if they don't, about to get some hands lopped off. There's some wild violence in this movie.
Well, and that's the thing, is Ballad of a Small Player is not violent at all.
Right.
Like, there's, like, no violence in that movie, but they are very similar. Trey, you have to watch. Let us know what you think.
Sorry, I definitely will. I'll squeeze it in sometime this week.
Yeah,
it sounds like it's particularly weird.
It is very weird. Yeah, and it's very airy and like Lynchian too. Like there are many scenes where the guy who fucks shit up, the sheriff, is like singing karaoke. Weird, like in a room full of people, and he's just on stage. And like the first couple times he's on stage, you're not hearing anything till the very like end of the movie. You get to hear him sing, and it's just like it's wild.
What the fuck am I watching?
It's wild.
Okay, Wheel of Fate and Time. Trey, you just got super loud, by the way. Sure.
Really? How about now?
I'm sure it'll fix it later.
Yeah.
All right, Wheel of Fate and Time. So hang on.
All right, let's see if I can find these categories.
I got them up already.
Okay.
So Trey. Okay. Trey's album pick. So he got 2026 release, Good Vibes / Summer. Oh, 2026 release, no Drake. Anthony put in there, which is fair.
I mean, that wasn't gonna happen, but yeah,
you never know.
Fair
Good
enough.
Vibes / Summer album made outside the U.S. Trey's first listen and Spinner's choice here.
The Wheel of Fate and Time. Y'all ever had an album that feels like way more than please don't. Okay. All right. There's two I was deciding between. But I'm gonna go with something a little different. She's a friend of the pod. We haven't listened to her in a long time, but she came out with a new album just a couple months ago. The album is called Ambiguous Desire. It is by Arlo Parks. So the album came out on April 3rd, so just a little bit over a month ago. The other option was the Ed O'Brien album, but save that for another day.
I'm surprised you didn't.
I tried to shoehorn Boards of Canada in, just for the record.
Oh, I guess we could do that.
I'm surprised you didn't.
I don't know. I kind of want to do that, actually. That's a good idea. I just didn't think about it because it's not out yet, but it will be out tomorrow.
It'll be out by the time folks hear this.
Arlo Parks would be fucking. It is short though. I don't know. I kind of want to listen to this Arlo Parks album. I don't know, Trace.
Blake, did you do the Arlo Parks other album with us? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Yeah, he liked it a lot. Everyone liked it.
Yeah, I'm good with whatever.
But I like saying I do like doing things that are relevant. And Boards of Canada could be fun, but let's stick with the Arlo Parks album if we want to do an aside, Anthony, and do like a Boards of Canada special episode.
100%.
I'd be down to do that. Blake,
am I not invited to that?
I mean, like
I was just finished with Blake. Obviously, you could do it too.
Wait, did you, Dre? I'm surprised. Did you not think of the? I want to know. Did you think of the Isaiah Rashad album that just came out?
I did not. I haven't listened to it though.
Yeah, I haven't either. I listened to a little bit of it.
But I will.
Okay, Arlo Parks' Ambiguous Desire.
Nice.
Okay, so is my screen still sharing? Is this okay? So I have movies. I have End of School / Summer Film, Scary Movie Franchise, Female Director, Blake's First Watch, and Spinner's Choice. There's a lot of these I wanted to land on. Hang on, let me go to my notes so that I make sure. Okay.
When does a new Scary Movie come out?
I think the first week of June, like 5th, maybe. Yeah.
So does Disclosure Day, Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, that one's the next weekend. That's like the 12th.
Wait,
there's a lot of good shit coming out.
Sidebar, I showed Amanda Arrival for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
She loved it. She was like, that was the best movie we've ever watched together. I was like, all right, settle down. Okay. Settle down. We have seen Dune 2. But fair. It is, it's very good. All right, here we go. All right, we have.
Oh yes, yeah.
Scary Movie Franchise.
Hell yeah.
We are going to go with Scary Movie 1. We got to start off with the first one. Gotcha. Yeah, we have to start off with the first one. And also, it's a Scream parody, first and foremost. So obviously, I got to go with the first one because I fucking love Scream. Just so you guys know, Blake's first watch was going to be the first Lord of the Rings movie because I've never seen any Lord of the Rings.
What?
That's the only one that I've seen is the first one, and it was kind of because I needed people to watch it with me. I was like, I can't.
Yeah,
I was just not interested.
I haven't seen any of them, and I read the first book. That's the only book I've read.
What was your female director? I'm curious.
House of Dynamite by Catherine Bigelow.
Okay.
Yeah, which I love that movie. Spoiler alert. Yeah. Also, I want to know: have y'all seen the movie The Lost Bus?
No.
Okay, so it's about the Paradise Fires in California. It has Matthew McConaughey in it. It's an Apple movie. and it's about a bus driver that rescues an elementary school full of children from the fires. I had that as my summer movie. I wanted to know if you guys thought that counted, because it did happen. The fires did happen during the summer, and I felt like it kind of worked as a summer movie. Do you agree or disagree?
I would say, based on our very loose definitions of everything, it would fit it because it takes place in the summer. Yeah, it takes place in the summer.
Yeah, I would have to admit it, but like it only makes me think, because I almost wrote summer movie featuring water, and like that would have been the beach,
they had to put out the fires
or something.
They use water. There's water in the film. Yeah.
I mean, just hear on your logic.
Dazed and Confused. Would you not call Dazed and Confused a summer movie?
Yeah, it's the first day of summer.
There's no water in that movie.
Well, but that would not have fit in, I guess, that category, right? I think they go swimming in there, but
yeah.
I mean, it's very loose. Like I said,
water and beer.
I'm on board with this logic as long as y'all are on board with my logic when it comes around.
That's fair.
Yeah. Here we go.
As long as there's a case that can be made for something, like it's fine. You know what I mean? As long as you can make your argument.
I'm thinking it's summer movie and be like Alien. Alien, technically, there's no weather in space.
When did it come out?
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, good episode. Well, I wouldn't say good episode. Interesting episode, boys. Mr. Kevin Parker, if you happen to stumble upon this, I'm sorry. I hope the best for you in your career.
Yeah, I'm sure you're a really nice guy. And you're not all bad, man. Also, Alien came out May 25th, so it's not quite technically summer, but it's after school, so therefore summer. Alien's a summer film.
Boom. Now we know.
Boom.
Now we know. All right, boys. We'll catch you guys soon. See y'all.
Peace.